against me. We about that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the Army, the Navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine. If you want it, come take it.
Wet weather squarely in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Let's go! Let's go! At their own 24-yard line.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Burrow will throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This goes out wide from Mixon. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. The Bengals bring out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Lance going to throw. Flushed out right. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st down, Lance. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Lance now on first down. A giant hole up the middle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Lance looking to throw it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Lance now on 3rd and goal. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trent Sherfield, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first time. I'll try to do better here. Now Joe Mixon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now it's Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 28.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow on play action. Dumps it off to Mixon. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. He's at the 40, the 20, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49 D's. They score a touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
The extra point up and good, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Going for the deep ball. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. That now 2 interceptions thrown in the 2nd quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception, tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a 2nd one.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On second down, it's Mitchell. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
To throw, it's Lance. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Only needing 2 yards on second down.
Now it's Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
First down, here's Burrow. Looking deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
And the 49ers will take over possession here up at the 44.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly...
Touchdown, 49ers! I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And just a yard to go here on second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To the air again, Burrow. That is caught inside the 5. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll give it to Mixon, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to...
They've got his man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. On the return, Walker. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Mitchell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Lance. That's going to be caught by Samuel. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And Lance now to throw. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
We may be looking at the scoreboard. This offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Lance getting this out wide to Ayuk. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Here's Lance to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And they'll go for it. Lance. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And he is out of bounds here.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Again, they'll throw it with Lance.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's got room. take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And how about the situation that we're in right now? Because this is the fourth quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs. And that was an A-plus effort right there.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. Really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
Lance now on first down.
Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game. And trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle.
They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see. And other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
Second down and 3. Lance looks to throw again.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Mitchell. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They're looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Good positioning, and it's picked off.
And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 15.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Looking long for Thomas. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing again, it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 19. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Another try for Mixon. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And just nowhere to go for Connor. Defense gets to him and they mark him short. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on 4th and goal. A final shot now for Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion.
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
So for the Niners, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.